To start with, of course, the first one is hola, right? So everyone knows that hola is the first greeting, hello. So then you can say bom dia, boa tarde, or boa noite. So that is according to the part of the day. So speaking about the pronunciation, because pronunciation is essential for people to understand what you're saying. And so the first word, bon, it has an M at the end, and this M at the end is not to be pronounced as a M sound, as an M sound. It's just there to make the nasal sound of the O in this case. So the word is bon, bon dia. Okay, bon dia for good morning.
I'm not seeing many people's lips move. Are you?
You should practice. You should.
Yeah,
practice.
come on, everybody. We can see you. So if you wouldn't mind, when Filomena's teaching some pronunciation, you go ahead and repeat after Filomena.
Yeah, bon dia.
Very good. Well done, everybody.
Then, if you want to say good afternoon, you say boa tarde, boa tarde. And good evening or good night, boa noite, boa noite. You might have noticed that the word bon is different from the other ones, boa, because bon is a masculine word and boa is a feminine word, because everything in Portuguese turns around being masculine or feminine and singular and plural. So the word dia, although it's an exception to the general rule, because in general the words ending in A are feminine, but this is an exception to Portuguese. The Portuguese language is full of exceptions, and this is one of them. Dia is a masculine word, so you have to say bom dia, which means good day, literally. Bom dia. And then tarde and noite, afternoon and evening, are feminine words, so that's why you have to say good in the feminine form. Boa. Boa tarde, boa noite.
Sorry to interrupt, but is it too controversial to ask when one becomes the other? Because I did hesitate when we were greeting each other. Yeah. There is a little bit of controversy around this, I think, Filomena, isn't there?
Yes, usually the transition between bon dia and boa tarde, because, and again, the language reflects the culture, and this is a good example. Bon dia, we say bon dia until we have lunch. And so boa tarde is after you have had your lunch. So, of course, it's a bit depending on each person if you have had your lunch or not. So sometimes you say bon dia, the other person says boa tarde. It doesn't matter. It means that the other person has already had his lunch, but you haven't. So that is the usual mark there, lunch. And then between boa tarde and boa noite is if it's dark or not. So when it's dark, you start saying boa noite. If it's not dark, you can just say boa tarde. So have I answered your question, Carl?
You did. Thank you very much for explaining that.
So, of course, in the summer, for example, you might start saying boa noite just at almost 10 o'clock in the evening, right? But in winter, you might say that at 5:30. Yes. Because it's dark.
Well, it's changed on the webinar. It was, it's dark last week. It's light this week. So hence my boa tarde to you. Yeah.